Garth Van Syckle's story is exactly what the local maritime industry has in mind when they think about who and how they want to recruit into this industry. He came up through a local high school training program that prepared him to go to work the day after graduation, and that's exactly what happened. We're talking today with Garth Van Syckle. He's working at Collins Machine Works.
Yes, sir.
The reason why we really wanted to talk to you is you're a very recent graduate from Chesapeake Career Center. So you grew up here locally in the area, went to high school, you were in the, I'm going to call it the industrial arts program there.
Yep.
Graduated a year and a half ago and came to work here. Is that cycle right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you were doing this time 2 years ago at the start of your senior year. What were you thinking about?
I was definitely looking at job opportunities. I was still going to my welding class because it's a 2-year program. And about halfway through senior year, my welding teacher pulled me aside, told me about this company. He thought I would be a good fit just from what he's seen me do in the class. And it was me and another guy, Jacob Breland. He sent us over here, and we did a tour to begin with, and then they offered us during the school year. We'd come in some days to work here, and then still finish out our welding program with the school.
So your welding instructor knew the industry well enough, knew some of the companies in the area, and recommended that you come over here and apply?
Yep.
And you started kind of interning, essentially.
Absolutely.
So, what a great opportunity.
Yes, very thankful.
Do you remember what it felt like that first time that you walked in here?
It was definitely overwhelming. There was a lot of stuff I've never seen before. I had an idea on machining, but nothing other than a little bit of lathe work. I had no idea what a mill was, so I was a lot of stuff to take in for sure.
It is a little bit intimidating walking in here.
Yes.
I came through here myself probably 5 years ago, working in a shipyard, but to come in here and see the level of precision machine work going on.
Yep.
This isn't the hottest one that we've done, but it's certainly the loudest interview that we've done because this shop is working right now and can't stop because of the volume of work you've got going on in here.
Right. Yep.
So you're a high school student at that point, right? What was it like for you to kind of walk into a shop full of people that are clearly experienced with what they've been doing? They've been doing it for long. You know they're a lot more experienced than you are at this.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
Intimidated. Yep. Even the size of the machines, I was like, wow, I've never, seen a lot of things this big before, moving parts this big, and it was intimidating to say the least.
How long did that intimidation last, though?
Not too long. Once I got comfortable with everybody pretty quickly. Not necessarily running the machines comfortable, but it went down.
What did you start out doing when you got here? Because you had some welding experience from Chesapeake Career Center, so you knew how to put metal down.
Yeah. I did a couple small welding jobs around the shop, but I really wanted to get into the world of machining, because it was the decision between doing an apprenticeship through machining or welding through here. So I was kind of trying to get introduced to make that decision.
What interested you in machining that made you want to do that over shield down welding?
I don't know. It was more of like, I guess the precision work really interests me. I really like making sure I get things right and learning processes, and that really interests me.
Welding can be a little lonely when you're kind of shield down, putting metal down.
Yeah, a little lonely and hot. Yep.
How about machining? What's different there?
A lot more math to go behind it.
Is it a little more collaborative? Is it just one person on a machine, or are you working kind of with a team of people on a project?
You're definitely working with your programmer when you're doing in-shop work. It's different for on-site work. It's a lot more group work because the machines are usually so large. Different people need to be at different ends, and a lot of teamwork, a lot of collaborative work. Yeah.
So you mentioned a programmer.
Yes.
So some of the machines are you working CNC machines?
Yes, sir.
So CNC stands for?
Couldn't tell you.
Computer numerical controlled, I think.
Yeah. I think so.
So computers driving machines like the ones behind us, except
Yes.
these are analog machines, right? These
Correct, yeah.
they're great, probably decades old, and there's some things
Very
that these
old.
machines can do that a CNC machine can't as well.
Yeah.
But are you primarily running the electronic machines?
I started out on the manual ones. I have been running the CNC machines longer than the manual ones, but they like for you to get comfortable with kind of the nature of the manual machines, because there's a lot to learn from that going on to CNC machines.
So when you started working here, what did you do first? Were you just kind of cleaning up the shop?
Yep,
or-
I swept floors for a little while. Yep, watching other people, learning other people. I did my first job that I was on was just a facing operation we did.
Facing operation. Tell me what a facing operation is.
It's when you take a mill and you're skimming the top flat.
So it's like when you're mating two big metal surfaces.
Yes.
You got to make sure that that surface is completely flat and level, so
Yep.
those things bolt together. You don't want any vibration. You don't want any
Nope.
movement.
Exactly.
So that's, I mean, you're talking a couple
Thousands.
human hairs thick.
About a little less than half, yeah.
Less than half a human hair. It's
Yeah.
got to be, that surface has to be perfect.
Yeah, and so it was really an on-site job we were doing in the shop. So we were using on-site equipment, and that was definitely a cool experience for my first one for sure. Wasn't too strenuous as on-site jobs usually are. So that was a good introduction.
I imagine you're probably the youngest person in that group of people working on whatever that project was.
I was always the youngest on my team for sure. Yeah. There was a couple in the shipyard that were around my age, but you can't get much younger because I was just over 18. So
And I bet they were all interested in your background, wanted to talk to you about what you were doing.
yeah. I definitely got a lot of questions on why I chose to come here instead of getting a degree or.
Yeah, you're kind of the holy grail. Right, you're what the industry is looking for. I mean, it's literally the reason we're here today talking to you, right? Because the industry recognizes that we need new blood coming into this business.
Yep.
at all levels, and everybody's desperate to attract people like you right out of high school that have got the interest and can pick up the aptitude to learn how to do this. And everyone wants to know what the secret is, but I don't know if there is a secret. What got you interested in doing this kind of stuff?
Well, I was always interested in hands-on work even as a kid, and I have to say what turned me to machining was my welding teacher, introducing it to me, and he really recommended it. He thought I'd be a good fit, so kind of went with it.
What kind of things did you do growing up before you started in that program that you think fed that interest to work with your hands like this?
Definitely like small engine work, go-karts, mini bikes, stuff like that.
Typical kind of kid growing up, right?
Yeah. Yep. Always liked, getting old things that weren't running, that were sitting for a while, up and running again. That's really my passion. Still is.
We had talked previously. What did your parents think when you said, "I think I want to go this direction"?
They definitely were not on board at first, but once they experienced it, my mom did a walk around the shop, talked with Mr. Twine, and she definitely got on board later on.
And Robert Twine is the owner of Collins Machine Works, so
Yes, sir.
the owner of the company, of this facility, one of several facilities,
Yep.
took the time to talk to you, but even took the time to talk to your parents
Yep.
and walk them around the shop to introduce them to where you might work one day.
Yes. Yep.
What do you think it was that convinced her?
Definitely the apprenticeship, being that I'll still be getting a degree and a journeyman's, and that really I'll always have work to do. I'll always be busy. Always have someplace to go.
Yeah, there's no shortage of work
No,
here.
always need a machinist.
Right? Always need a machinist, and anybody that's willing to do the work is pretty much guaranteed to have a job in this industry. Certainly right now, and several of the other people we've talked to said pretty much we can look out 40 years or more for work between the submarines that need to get built, the aircraft carriers, and then once all those are in service, they need to be maintained. And what you do here at Collins is on both sides of that, right? You build the new equipment, but then you overhaul existing equipment as well.
Exactly. We do a lot of both.
let's back up for a second. The conversation with your parents, when
Yeah.
your mom's walking around this shop.
Yep.
So obviously knowing that you were going to start out in a good job, but did you talk with them about what a career looks like working here? I mean, I got to think Robert Twine had something to say about that.
Yeah. He definitely reassured her that there's always going to be a career for me later in the future. The 5-year apprenticeship program plan, he went through that with her, and yeah, he definitely convinced her.
He's got a 5-year career plan for you?
That's how long the apprenticeship is. It's 4 years of classes and then 1 year afterwards.
And where are you taking classes at?
Through TCC right now.
And what? So how does that fit with the rest of your workday? What are you doing for your apprenticeship classes compared to working on your tools here?
Well, the classes, one class that I'm in right now is an AutoCAD class, so we're learning, it's Introduction to AutoCAD. So learning the basics of design and programming, and that'll come in later down the road. Hopefully when I can either move up to being a programmer or something like that.
I see that tying into like your first day walking in here, where you certainly learned a lot at Chesapeake Career Center, but not enough to really start working right away on your tools here.
Not in this field.
And you talked about that kind of intimidation, but now you've got academic background through TCC, married up with your hands-on instruction here. So the classes, the instruction you're getting here, that kind of takes that intimidation factor out of all of it pretty quickly, because it's not just kind of figure it out on your own, although you probably get some projects where you do actually get to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
But they've really got a well thought out program here to make sure that you are able to progress professionally through here, which goes back and convinces folks like your parents that, hey, this isn't just a job. This is, I mean, if the first 5 years of your career is in some form of instruction, the assumption must be that there's decades after that if they're going to invest 5 years up front.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
And 5 years of programmed, thought out instruction sounds a lot like a college program.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
How much debt do you have from all this?
I will be going out with no debt. All the classes are paid for.
So the company's paying for all of those classes, so you're
Yes,
just
sir.
taking your salary and putting that, I don't know, you don't have to tell me where you're putting it, but you're not making payments on your education anyway.
Correct. Yep.
So how often do you run into your friends that are doing other things from high school?
I'll see them online every once in a while, and glad I chose this route.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the college life. I knew that kind of wasn't for me early on. I liked working.
In the course of these discussions, I really try to make a point of not knocking going to college. I mean, I went to college. My parents were both blue-collar people.
Yeah.
My dad was an electronics technician. My mother worked in a nursing home. But man, over 40 years ago, my parents were like, "We want something better for you. We want you to go to college," which kind of made sense then.
Right.
I guess because it worked out well for me, but it's not really what I necessarily wanted to do, but to do the things I wanted to do, it was necessary to go to a 4-year college in order to get there.
Right. That's when it makes the most sense.
That's when it makes the most sense, but you're getting a professional education. It's a different format.
Yep.
And the beauty of it is you're not having to incur any debt for this. And you're earning as you're going, working in your field. How many of your other friends that went through Chesapeake Career Center are still active in the workforce right now?
I would probably say most of them. I believe. I can't keep up. I don't keep up with most of them, but I do see that I have a few friends that went straight into the shipyard and other things like that.
Anybody decide that, hey, they want to do something different? It's been 1.5 years or so now since you've been out of high school and in the workforce.
Yeah.
Any of them decide to go do something else?
Other than welding, yeah, I believe some people went to auto mechanic shops. Most of them, I think, kept hands-on work, kept with hands-on work, and yeah. I can't remember if any of them went to college or, I don't know.
So, as far as you know, the people you keep in touch with, the ones that are following the same sort of path are happy with the decision that they've made, and they're doing well for themselves.
Absolutely.
As I walked through the shop here, it doesn't seem like people are at the top end of what the industry average is, which is 55 years or older. This looks like a relatively younger shop.
Yeah.
What's fun about working here?
It's always fun, problem solving. I like that.
Do you feel like you're actually valued and part of solving that problem, or are you just the guy standing watching the other people figure it out?
I believe I'm valued. Yeah, I think they value everybody in this shop very well. It's a very family environment.
That was the answer I was hoping you would give, right? Because new people coming into this, if they don't have that background, could feel like, how long do I have to work there before my opinion matters, or before I know enough to actually contribute to it? You said you started out sweeping, but now a year and a half later, right, you're part of solving a problem.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Somebody's saying to you, hey Garth, come over here, we got a problem, we got to figure this out, and your voice matters, your opinion, your skills matter.
Yep.
And that's not unusual, right?
Right.
So Garth, you've been working here for about a year and a half now. You had an idea of what you wanted to do when you came into the industry, and now you know more than you did before. What are your long-term plans for working in the industry?
After I get my associate's degree, I'll hopefully be moving on to my bachelor's degree, hopefully in engineering, and be able to get onto the development side, the engineering side of this program.
So we didn't even touch on that, right? So this at the end of this 5-year apprenticeship, you're going to have an associate's degree?
Yep.
And then you already know that you're going to continue on to get your bachelor's degree.
That's the plan. Yes, sir.
So I started out saying before, like, you're the holy grail for the industry, but you just proved what we have been saying is, it's not don't go to college. It's not work. It's not go to work in the trades or go to college. It can be both.
Absolutely.
So when did you decide that you want to pursue a mechanical engineering degree? Was it when you were still in high school, or was it after you started working here and then finally understood what a mechanical engineer can do or needs to do?
Yeah. It was definitely after, getting introduced to the field and realizing what I need for what. I believe it's better to figure out what you want to do and what you really need before you go straight into it.
So you're ahead of your peers financially because you have no debt. You're earning money right now, and probably a pretty decent. I'm guessing you're over minimum wage.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not going to ask you what it is, right? But you're doing, and all that money's yours, right? You're setting that aside to do whatever you want to do. You're going to finish here with an associate's degree. You're going to go on to a bachelor's degree. What's not possible for you?
I don't know.
So we started asking, what do you see ahead for you? Are you only looking at 5 years? Can you see 10 years down the road? Do you have a vision of what that would be?
Hopefully I can stay with this company for as long as possible. I really do like where I'm at and where I'm heading. And I'm hoping to just move further on and possibly get an engineering degree and get on the blueprint drawing and programming side of things.
What do you want to do with the engineering degree?
Mainly I think programming would be cool. I would like to get more experience in that. Or even just blueprint design and things like that.
So you think that's going to lead you down more the path of fabrication of new things?
Right. Yes, sir.
What are you driving for a car right now?
Honda Accord.
A Honda Accord?
Yeah.
What year?
2006.
2006.
Practical man you're talking to.
Yeah.
What do you think he was driving?
Well, I'm not
like
done.
F-350, like.
So.
Well, I mean, I also have my fun car, which is a.
Oh, okay. There we go. That's what I. Yeah. Okay. See, yeah. You didn't think I knew what I was asking. Go ahead. Tell what fun car do you have?
I have a '96 Bronco.
You have a 1996 Bronco.
Yep.
You didn't buy that thing in cherry condition, did you?
No, no.
How much of that work are you doing on your own?
All of it, except for the rebuilding the transmission. But yeah, I do all the other stuff myself.
When did you buy that?
That was my second car. I bought it going into my junior year.
Into your junior year in high school?
Yep.
So kind of a project?
Yeah, kind of a project. I knew it would get me to school and back because my school wasn't too far, but
You could
Yeah.
always walk if you had to, right?
I can always walk if I needed to.
Is it finished? Are you still working on that?
No, it's not finished. I have a lot of plans for it.
Do you?
Yep.
So is it drivable right now?
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's the weekend truck. Yep.
Do you feel like because of your work here, you're able to work on that project better?
Yes, it's definitely helped me out with some ideas for sure.
Garth, thanks for talking to us today. This has been a great
sir.
conversation, and really excited to see where this opportunity takes you. And I don't think there's any limits to it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.